Hi everyone! I'm here to explain a new update to Google Classroom. I'm sure a lot of teachers have been using Google Meets to meet with their students virtually. Well, just last week, Google Classroom integrated a feature for you to be able to include a Classroom Google Meets link, and students can access it in one click. I've already generated my link, so it's going to look a little different, but I'll go ahead and I'll walk you through it. So basically, first things first, you go up here to your settings gear, and if you scroll down under General, you're going to see a brand new section right here that says Meet. If you haven't generated a link yet, rather than have a link here, it'll say Generate Link. I've already done it, so I already have a custom link right there. After you generate your link, you're going to want to make sure it's going to look like this. You're going to want to make sure that it's on so that your students can actually see that link. Once you're done doing that, you just hit save, and right here in your header, right underneath your class code, you'll have a link right here that your students can see as soon as they sign in. The second place that they can also see it is under the classwork tab. Right here next to their class drive folder and their Google Calendar, they also now have a little Meet section right here. If kids are trying to access it on a phone or a tablet, all they're going to see is this little icon right here, this little camcorder icon, and that's all they have to click on. Now, as far as organizing when you want your students to get on the Google Meets, there are multiple ways that you can do that depending on your source of communication. So one way that you can do it is that you can just share an announcement with your students, and you can tell them something along the lines of, I just put that because that's when I meet with my kids. And then you can go ahead and post the announcement. Once it's posted, it'll show up on your stream. And if you want to go ahead and move it to the top, you can go ahead and do that by clicking on the three dots of that announcement, and you can move it to the top. Now, the only downfall is that it won't permanently stay up there. So if you add a new announcement, you'll have to keep moving it to the top. But I'm sure if you announce it to your kids and you're consistent with the times and the days that you meet, they'll just start to remember that, oh, okay, I meet in this class at this time, and they'll know when to actually join the link. My other suggestions, if you use Remind as a communication source, you can go ahead and send out an announcement through there telling your students on what days and what times you meet. You can send out an email to them. Something that I do under classwork, I have a topic that's called Daily Chats 2 p.m. and I just created a material because I don't really want it to be an assignment, but it says Daily Chat link right here. And rather than put a link, because before this integration, I actually had the link where the kids would click on it here every day, I just kind of give my kids the instructions right here. So it basically tells them to do the same thing that I've been explaining throughout the video. So you can do that. You can create it as a material so that they know to look at that every time if they forget. You can create an announcement, or you can use any other source of communication. Now, as far as kids being in the Google Meets when you're not in there, that's something that you would have to coordinate with your school's Google administrator. It's a setting where you would have to disable students being able to start or join Google Meets without a teacher present. So for our school, we have that turned off for the kids. So if I'm not actually in this Google Meet, they can't join. And they'll actually get an error message saying that they're not allowed to start or join a meeting without a teacher being present. I've included a link in the description of this video of a really good tutorial that'll walk your Google administrator on how to put those restrictions on student accounts. I was really excited when Google Classroom integrated this new feature. It makes it a lot easier for your students to join your virtual classrooms or your video chats whenever you have them scheduled, and it prevents you from having to send your students in a bunch of different directions. So I hope this helped.